good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world where you are seeing this video. I say, may God bless you all. I say, may the works of your hand be blessed. May you continue to see the good things in life. May God continue to see you through your human endeavors. You are blessed. You and your family are blessed. Child of God, why not say amen? I say a thunderous amen. Thank you, guys. There has been a burning issue in Nigeria. I want to discuss here and uh, deliberate on it. This issue has been on for a while. And this issue has been a cankerworm, bedeviling the fabrics of Nigerian economy, bedeviling the growth of Nigerian economy, which has also eaten deep into the financial system in Nigeria. And this issue I want to discuss, it is something very serious that Nigeria needed a leader with a strong will, with that had the capacity, that had the compassion to see a functioning Nigeria. That they needed a leader who has the qualities and without fear of that is able to step on toes. Because in Nigeria, if you want to be a leader and you lack that charisma or that capacity to step on toes and to do with the individuals, the cabals, those who have been heading Nigeria headlong from moving, those who have been letting Nigeria down for so many years from achieving its potentials, from being one of the growing economies in the world. What is this factor? What is this problem? This problem is the problem of this fuel subsidy. I know everybody is conversant, aware of what's happening in the Nigerian downstream industry, Nigerian petroleum in sector. So this issue of subsidy has been there since time immemorial. It seems to started from Obasanjo regime to Yaradua to Jonathan to Buhari and to lastly to Tinubu, President Tinubu regime. I think this subsidy of a thing, some group of individuals and cabals, they have been feeding on it for so many years. Let me take you back in 2012, 2011, when Jonathan assumed office as the president of Nigeria as a result of the passing away of our beloved president then, in the name of Musa Yaradua. He's a finest man who has a very good heart and who wanted truly and sincerely wanted a good Nigeria of our time. But you cannot question God. The guy was not able to make it. He died halfway his regime, and Jonathan took over and completed his tenure and contested and they won. So in January 2012, Jonathan government took a very bold step and removed the first subsidy. That was the 1st of January 2012. So during that time, it seems as if all hairs and there was a counter motion and confusion and a crisis from the opposition, from NSC, from all bodies from all sections of the country. There was a lot of turmoil, confusion. You remember the popular Ojota Park, where the oppositions called musicians and gathered the people. They were singing and saying, "This is a fraud. Subsidy is a fraud. We can never accept this. You have to revert back to the old pump price." You know, before that time, Jonathan and Kwenjiwala has martial art plans. They to cushion the effects of the subsidy removal in Nigeria. There was a master plan they have made in place so that people will not feel the impact of the subsidy removal at that time, because they see that for Nigerian economy to grow, Nigeria to save money, and be able to invest in other critical sectors, that the subsidy has to go as at that time. So these oppositions, majorly the APC guys, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Buhari, name all of them that are in APC today. Even Wolu Soyinka was there on the Ojota Park, protest ground. They were shouting, and some Nollywood actors and actresses, especially from the part of Yoruba Nollywood. Many things to play. They called musicians. They were there, entertaining the people, singing. For the whole 1 week, the country was held standstill. Nothing was happening. You thought that it has become the end of Nigeria. The end of Nigeria. So these guys, the APC, these main actors today we have today, then when they were in opposition, they strongly, vehemently opposed this subsidy removal. They called Jonathan and Okonjo-Iweala then, the coordinating minister of Jonathan. So much names, unpredictable names at that time. And unfortunately, that incident that happened in 2012, 2012 January 1, the subsidy protest, that was the event that culminated to the birth of APC and to the to Jonathan losing 2015 election. So they were saying that, you remember the popular interview granted by Muhammad Buhari. Then he was APC cadre at that time, or after he won the election or something like that. They were saying that subsidy is an organized crime. There is nothing like subsidy. They were saying so many things. That subsidy is an organized crime. That what is subsidy? There's nothing like subsidy. So after 2014, the 2015 election or 2015 general elections, the incumbent government of PDP then, where Jonathan lost the election to Muhammad Buhari in 2015. So when Buhari came on board on 2015, it now dawned on them. They now realized, oh, we didn't know. You never know. There is subsidy. They now started talking about subsidy, telling us that, oh, there is subsidy. Oh, they thought that there was no subsidy then. They begin to realize, it's good to talk when you are outside the system. And when you are inside, you now realize what is happening, how the government works, and what actually happened. It now dawned on them there was a subsidy in place. And the funniest part of it is that these guys, even at that time, they were not prepared for governance. All their motive and their purpose, you can see to them how they campaign so much bitterly as if they are fighting with somebody. All their target and their purpose is just to take power from the center. And when the power was given to them, they couldn't utilize it. They couldn't handle the power. They don't know what to do again. They started giving excuses. They started giving all sorts of excuses. Like somebody that is not prepared for exam. Start giving excuses. That, they never thought, Nigerian economy was at shambles, they were this, they were that. Come on. So Nigerian populace, Nigerian people, the electorate, they voted in. They know that there's something wrong, as it made them to understand that time through your change agenda, change matter, that the system is wrong, the federal government is wrong, the president is not doing anything, that you are going there to address the system, to put it right. People voted in. When you now got there, you started telling us that, oh, things were so bad, this one was so bad, there is a mess, there is that. Come on. What did you expect to see there when we were campaigning in 2015? So when they got there, all the heaven, everything let loose. The subsidy Jonathan was subsidizing, the amount of subsidy then was about, it wasn't much during Buhari regime. As Buhari started, the thing now tripled and tripled to a very big, exorbitant amount, unimaginable amount. Corruption now came in, filtered in. There are a lot of corruption in the system. The money doubled. Imagine Nigeria paying 7.2 trillion naira for subsidy every year under Buhari regime, the Saint Buhari regime. People were buying petrol. Upon that, people were buying petrol at a exorbitant price. He asked himself, what is being subsidized? During Jonathan regime, the subsidy amount was reduced. The fuel price was around 80 or something, 70 or something. That was the amount of fuel price. With the reduced other 50% or 50 billion or what we are using that time. So now Buhari came in, the amount tripled. They are now using 7.2 trillion naira yearly. The price of petroleum products is still very high. The price of petroleum is still very, very high. So what did you subsidize? What did you subsidize? For the Buhari was what they call it, was the petroleum minister for 8 years. He's the one managing the petroleum industry. Since that 8 years, we never see this. We have never experienced or had the scale of corruption that happened in the Nigerian petroleum industry. There's so much oil theft. There's so much oil theft. Have you asked yourself? They hired this guy, Mopolo, this guy from the Niger Delta region. What is Tompolo or what? This former Niger Delta warlord. What do they call him? At that time, they hired this guy to safeguard the pipelines in the Niger Delta region. So this guy, they pay him huge sums of money to safeguard the pipelines in the region. And this guy was able to do some fantastic jobs. He discovered so many illegal pipes connected to the NNPC pipelines. He was able to cut ships coming to the creeks to load crude oil from the high sea. So many revelations. There's almost 500 or 1,000 illegal connections. Even we saw in televisions how the carry or what, what's the guy's name? The NNPC GMD. He went to the creeks. You saw the videos on the television and social media, how the guy went and they took some journalists, they make some photos and everything. All the abracadabra they did that time. Tell me, after the revelation, have you heard about Tompolo and about the illegal pipeline connections in Niger Delta? Did the federal government told us who and who was involved in the illegal tapping? Who mounted those pipes? Who laid the pipes? Where is the oil going? Who are the cabals? Who are the people that are involved? Nobody. The story died like that. Nobody told us anything. Up to today, nothing was revealed. Nothing was heard about it. What a wonderful country. There was a country. You can see what you're saying about. Are you seeing the harm, the way the thing is going? The subsidy regime, what is happening in the Nigerian downstream oil sector for the past 8 years under Saint Buhari regime. So that one apart, the 2023 elections and campaign started. Tinubu himself, we say, Eminoko say his turn to rule. And this Tinubu was the architect, the masterminder that brought Buhari into power. Sometimes when I ask, you saw when they were doing their campaign, they were saying all sorts of things. They will do that, they will do this, they will do this. I was asking, and when the APC is trying to say they want to continue from where Buhari stopped, they want to continue. I said, what are you going to continue from where he stopped? If you have another plan or another agenda, another program, whatever, different from Buhari. Buhari is the same party with you. You would have advised him or tell him, do like this, do like this. Look at the way you do. No, nothing happened. Now Tinubu came on board. He campaigned. All of us, know what happened. And he won. He said he would do this, he would do that. Now, the first day he assumed office as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the first thing he said that subsidy is gone. And I was made to understand that this subsidy statement, comment, or whatever he made on that day, it wasn't part of the script prepared for him. He made the comment very casually, without knowing that as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, all the market forces, the investors, all are looking at him. Whatever he said becomes a policy. Whatever he said drives the economy, drives the market forces. This guy made some statements. Okay, what happened? The statement triggered down to the guys selling petrol stations, and all of you. The prices, they jack up the prices. With immediate effect, they just jack up the prices the same day. I'm not saying that I'm a good Nigerian. If the president is doing good, we come here and give him kudos, say, give him a pat at the back, say you have done better. The other day is a Fulani man, it's a Hausa man. It's a Fulani man, I'm sorry. Everybody liked him because he has a good intention for Nigeria. He has a good plan for Nigeria, but they didn't allow him. I'm a supporter of good Nigerian. So, subsidy, I support the removal of subsidy. I support it in totality, the removal of subsidy in Nigeria, because there's a lot of rascality, there's a lot of corruption in the oil and gas sector and subsidy payment and regime in Nigeria. So I would have expected Bola Ahmed Tinubu, having during his campaign, trying to exonerate himself from the woes or the backgrounds of Buhari government. One would expected that Tinubu, as a president, would have want to try to write his name in with a golden pen and try to make people have a different view. People have a very bad perspective on him. Tinubu's name is, whether you like it or not, Tinubu's name is synonymous to corruption, whether you like it or not. And I always tell people, even pray before the election, that Tinubu is not the right guy to fight corruption in Nigeria. Tinubu is not the right guy to tackle with this cabals heading Nigeria down. What happened? One would have expected that Tinubu would have, assume office, take his time, 1 or 2 days, discuss with the key players in the industry, and be able to, set up a committee to know actually the amount of subsidy payment, to prove some payments made with regard to this subsidy. There's a lot of money that cannot be accounted for. Remember they said $2.1 trillion was missing. There's many things Tinubu would have been probed to know the actual amount of subsidy payment. The amount paid, the receipts. Do a lot of investigation and probing of what actually happened, How much is being subsidized? How is the money going? Where is the product? How many are they important? There's so many things to reconcile the accounts and balance and everyday receipts. Call them to order, and be able to stamp on people that found one thing that be heading Nigeria down. How can you tell me that Nigerian government is owing NNPC trillions of naira? Nigeria is paying 7.2 trillion to who every year on subsidy. See, the fuel is very, very high. See, there you are having so much queues in the petrol stations. What a mess. This would have been the actions Mr. President, in the name of Tinubu, would have taken to probe and investigate, set up a committee, set up an honest committee that will be transparent and open to be able to tell Nigerians what happened in the subsidy regime. But nothing of such happened. Nobody has been nobody has gone down. Nobody has been questioned. Nobody has been invited for questioning. The next thing he did was to remove the subsidy. And who are suffering it? The poor masses. The poor masses. The people that elected you to change their lives. So guys, it's quite unfortunate anyway. I told you that Tinubu is not the right guy to fight corruption in Nigeria. He's not the right guy to fight corruption in Nigeria. He lacks that. He's corrupt himself. He cannot tell a dog to tell a thief to catch a thief. It can never happen. It can never happen. So before I conclude on this topic I'm addressing today, it's quite unfortunate, I've read so many comments and so much people's opinion on Twitter and Facebook and on social media, what people are saying regarding these guys from the NS and TUC who are saying that they'll be going on strike on Wednesday, this week. And I saw the comments of most of Mr. President loyalists, especially this buyer on Nonuga. Go to his Twitter page and see what he's writing there. It's quite unfortunate. They were saying that those who go to equity must go with good hand. The law karma is very real. Law of karma is very effective. Something you did to another person some years back, 2012, and now it has come back to which haunt you. Now you are crying foul. You are saying, oh, NSC is a part of a Labour Party that where they are going, they are this, they are that, they're trying to disrupt the young government of Buhari. Some sort of things, try to justify what they have done. But in 2012, they were right. They were right to go on strike and the protest. Coming down to 2023, now it has become politics. It has become politics. What a wonderful Nigeria! What a wonderful world. Those who live in glass houses should never throw stone, because when you throw stone, you will never know who will hit you, whether your mother or your sister or whatever. So, hello guys, I stop it. That's the way I'm going to stop it today. We continue tomorrow as they bring you sharp at the thing they're hot. Okay, so kindly subscribe and tell me what you feel, and follow and like this page, and you can share with your friends so that this video can get to a wider audience. Thank you, and God bless you. Amen.